Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. Myself Hamna, and today we are going to do ball pen art, and for that we only need ball pen. Here are few previous ball pen arts I did. This is a fictional one, and another one I did for my university assignment, my anthropology assignment. It's the ball pen sketch of King Priest, the statue found from Mohenjo-daro. There are few steps you need to keep in mind while doing ball pen art, and the lessons are: lesson number one is light, or the direction of light. The direction of light is important not only for ball pen art, for every art you do, because there are few points where you create depths, and for that direction of light is necessary. There are few parts which are light in color. These are the areas where light is striking. This is the area from where light is coming, and other area is the darker area where we will create the shadows, and the inner area is darker in proportion because it is under cover, so there are barely light going in there. Lesson number two is about holding the pen correctly, because this is also important, because when you hold pen like this you create darker lines. I mean, this is for depths, and when you hold it slightly tilted, so it is barely touching the surface of your paper, so it creates lighter proportion. Lesson number three is about the correct line you choose for shadows, or for the sketch you are making. There are approximately 7 types of lines you can use. Number one is hatching, and in that you make straight lines but very close to each other. Lesson number two is cross hatching, and in that you make straight lines crossing each other but very close to each other. You are not going to give big spaces between your lines. Lesson number three is about contour, and it is slightly bended lines. Okay, these lines are minimum bended. Lesson number four is cross contouring, and in which you made bended lines crossing each other without any spaces between them. Lesson number five is about contrasting lines, and in which you make three straight and three vertical and three horizontal lines repeatedly, just like the bricks. And then lesson number six is about stippling. It is the circles, very small circles you make, and the area where you want to give the depth, you will make circles close to each other, and the area where light is striking, you will make circles scattered. And lesson number seven is doodling, and in doodling you have to make some random lines without any planning or that. When we are done with the lessons, we will make the sketch. Make sure of the light. This is the area where light will be coming, so we will make these areas light. Okay, I am making macaw here. I love macaws, especially the blue ones. They are my favorite. First, we will neatly underline the area we are going to bring to life. First, it's the beak of this parrot, so we will underline it nicely from all the sides, and then we will start shadowing. But we will not jump to the depths right now. We will just lightly shadow the area and we'll get the idea of the light, okay, from where the light is going to strike. Then we will move to the depths. Right now we will just cover the whole area with the very light proportion of your pen ink. Okay, now we will move to the depth. We will make the darker areas, nicely cover them, and use as much ink as you can here. And then slowly we will move to the areas where light is not that much dark. From the darker proportion we will move towards the lighter proportion. I also make the scar on the beak of this parrot because they have scars on their beak. They don't good care of their beaks. So now I am just moving towards the light proportion. The area which we have chose for our light to strike, we are not going to leave that area completely white. We will make it lighter proportion of the gray, but we are not going to leave it completely as white. If we leave it as white, it will look a little bit fake. It will look a little bit left alone or left over. So we will give it the lightest shadow of the gray, but we will also cover that area. Similarly we will do the lower beak as well. Now we will prepare the area for the eye of our parrot. Whenever you are doing a portrait of something which is alive or of some living being, so eye is a very important part to focus on, because I brought everything to life. So focusing on eye, my cat is teasing me a little bit. It's in every video. It will be in every video. Eye is always wet, so you can see that the surface which is wet strikes more light prominently than the area which is rough. So eye gives more shinier effect than any other area. So when we are making the eye, so where we will striking the light, we will leave the area of the light exact white. We will not give it a grayish area or grayish part. As you can see, I have made the white corners of the eye grayish, but the area where light is striking, it is completely white because of the wetness of the eye. Now I will cover the sides of the eye, will shadow the sides of the eye and the whole face of the parrot. Okay, so there is not much left to explain in this video, so I will start a little bit of a story time, because some of you were asking me why I haven't posted for like 2 years. Some of you thought that I have closed my channel or deleted it or something. So let's start a little bit of a story time. I actually stopped posting on YouTube when my university started. Just after I got admission in my university, I stopped posting on YouTube. I was active on Instagram. I was continuously posting there because it's easier to post there, but on YouTube you have to work so much hard and you have to put too much effort. And when I came to university, it was so hard. I got stuck into assignments, I got stuck into presentations, and the environment in the university was quite different from what we had in the colleges and schools. We are always on the spoon feeding in the colleges and schools, but now in the university I was on my own, and my cousins who are in university tried to explain things to me, but I am kind of a person who don't like to listen to people. I listen to them, but I don't go with their advice. because I am the person who love to learn from the experiences. Either they are bad experiences, either they are good experiences. So I love to learn from mistakes. I love to learn from experiences. So I was like, why do I listen to them? I will learn on my own. So I'm that kind of person. So yeah, I didn't listen to anybody, and I didn't took any advices or something. I was like, I can do it on my own. So I got stuck really bad, and it took me whole 2 years to realize that I can run my YouTube channel and I could be a good student in the university. I could gain good GPA in the university, both together. I can do them both together. I can make as much videos for YouTube as much I can in the semester break, and I can study hard throughout the semester. It can work like that. So it took me whole 2 years to do that, to realize that actually. And after 2 years has passed, and I thought that my audience might have left me. So when I opened my channel after 2 years, I was so shocked to see that my audience was still there, and much more than I have left them 2 years back. So I was so happy, and that gave me motivation to start over again. And there were few traumas in between, due to which I didn't post for 2 years. So I am back, and hope you're liking my work. I have learned new techniques during these 2 years, and if I wasn't making video, that doesn't mean I wasn't learning new things. I was learning new things for you, and we will do things which I have learned together in the other videos. And our videos will not be like me teaching you, it will be experiments. All the videos will be experiments where us will be learning new stuff, where us will be experimenting new stuff. And I have also learned air dry, do things or make things with air dry clay. So I will also share it on YouTube as well. And thank you for your love, thank you for your support. This is almost complete. Now I am making the half wing of the parrot. I have made the shadow of it, and you know that birds have the feathers, so you have to prominently make them and give the shadow between each of the feather. It gives more realistic look. First you have to give all over shadow, and then you have to go with make each feather prominently and make the shadow between them, right? Then the upper area of the wing I have left it, so I will also cover it with a little bit of shadow because it's completely white, and it's, you can see in here it looks a bit fake. So I will also cover it with the very slight shadow, because this is the area where light is striking. You can see how I am making each feather and how I am giving shadows and the depths. There are areas which are on the shadowy areas. Those feathers are much darker in shadows and the depth. Now I am covering the upper area. You can see I am doing it very lightly, and in the end my signature. Thank you so much for watching.